What is the second rule of firearm safety? Anybody? Yes, Rob. Hands off the trigger at all times. Pretty close. That's third rule. Third rule. Good guess. We'll get to Rob when we get to the third rule. Okay, anybody else? Second rule? Second rule? Newbies? No? All right, how about the experienced people? What do you think is the second rule of firearm safety?
Never aim the gun at something you don't want to destroy.
Never aim the gun at anything you don't want to destroy. You would think it's common sense, yes? It's not common sense as far as how people point loaded guns. Okay? I go to gun ranges. I actually talked to a range safety officer yesterday at the range. And I tell these folks that work at gun ranges, I don't know how you do it. Like, how do you have the patience to be telling people and correct them all the time? And he's like, well, I just talk to them and ask them, like, can you please put your common sense hat on? And I'm like, literally, that's not telling people nothing. It's not about your common sense around guns. You know what the issue is? Your automatic human behavior. Okay, people don't think about that. Okay? For instance, can I demonstrate with the rubber gun some of the worst ways people point loaded guns at a gun range? Can I do that for you? Okay, let's talk about human nature, right? Let's talk about human nature. Okay? I don't want you to read the back of my card yet, but human nature. If you're trying to read fine print, right? If you're trying to read fine print, is it your human nature to move your head closer to the fine print like this? Or is it your human nature to move the fine print closer to you so you can see it? What's your human nature? You're going to move the little itty bitty thing in your hand to you because our human nature is we're lazy. What we want to do what's convenient and easiest for us. We don't want to go out of our way. We would do minimal if we can. That's human nature, isn't it? So watch. If you're all my neighbors at indoor range, okay, or outdoor range, it doesn't matter. Any public gun space, I see this behavior all the time, okay? Here's what right-handed people do. Watch, okay? You're all my neighbors. Here's a right-handed person. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, my gun's empty. Let's see what's going on. Let me change my magazine. See that? People will automatically bring the little itty-bitty thing in their hand to them. And now they're pointing at everybody down this way. Huh? Right? I see this every day at the gun range, at the public side of the gun range. Okay? Now, I'm not saying not to bring the gun to you. You should bring the gun to you. Absolutely. Don't be afraid to bring the gun closer to you. You should actually. Okay? Because if you have the gun too far out from you, right, you're going to start doing this. This is the other human nature thing. If you have something in your hand that's too far away from you, right, you're going to start doing this. Huh? What's going on? Huh? And you're still waiting around. Or because we all have different hand strength, we all have different body sizes, different abilities. We're not all the same, okay? And you're trying to manipulate your gun or load it, unload it. If the gun's too far away from you, you might be like, oh, it's hard. Oh, I can't do this because it's so far away from me. All right, Anna, you had that experience? Folks, when you try to open a jar, it's easier to open the jar away from your body, close to your body. Closer. So yes, do bring the gun closer to you. So you have that extra body leverage and hand strength. Do bring it to you. But there's an intentional way you do that. Okay? The safe way, if you are considerate of your neighbors. Okay? Here is the intentional way. Watch. Watch what I do intentionally as a right-handed person so that I'm super safe with everyone. Okay? Bang, 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 bang. Oh, I think my gun's empty or something's going on with my gun. Let me see what's going on. You see that? Let me see what's going on. See that? Yes, bring the gun to me. But what am I doing with my body? Moving my body too. Now, Abby's left-handed, yes? I'll be a left-handed shooter, okay? So I can show these folks, right? I'm a left-handed shooter right now. By the way, I am right-handed, but I think it's super important as a firearms instructor to be ambidextrous. I've trained myself to be ambidextrous so I can operate and shoot guns left-handed so I can help Abby. So here's the left-handed shooter, right? Bang, 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 bang. Oh, my gun's empty. Let's see what's going on. You see that? I will bring my gun to me and turn my body at the same time. Why do I do that, folks? Because, right? By turning your body to it, you're going to keep that gun pointed where it's supposed to be. Okay? And where is it supposed to be? At the gun ranges, when you shoot guns, they're going to tell you, please keep your guns pointed downrange. This means towards your target at all times. That's downrange. That's what it means. Definition of downrange. Keep the gun pointed downrange towards your target at all times, right? So by turning your body, folks, I'll be left, right? By turning your body, right? There, see that? Be intentional about turning your body, and I don't care if I turn your body, I don't care how close you get the gun to you. I don't care which way you turn it to check things out. I don't care if you have to get this close, you have the leverage, right? By turning your body and bringing the gun intentionally to you, where's that gun going to be pointed the whole time? Downrange. You have to be intentional about that. Because if you're not intentional, then you're going to be the person just automatically bringing the gun to you. Now you're pointing at everybody. Okay? Back when I used to work at the gun range, indoors, not work, but teach there, I would always ask for the farmost lane on the right next to the wall. How come? How come? I only got to worry about idiots on one side of me because I'm next to the wall. And I'm hoping all the idiots are right-handed, so they'll point away from me. But it doesn't always work because I'll get the left-handed person like Abby who's still pointing at us. You see that? Super common how people bring the gun to them and now they're pointing it at their neighbors next to them. Okay? Super common. You see it all the time. Okay? Oh, okay. Funsies, right? Some of you have gone for funsies with family and friends. Okay, how about this one? Oh my gosh, it's my first time learning how to shoot. Oh, I don't need a lesson because my cousin's here to show me how. This is awesome. Thanks for taking me, cuz. Here we go. Bang! Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Just like I imagined it would be. Wow. Hey, cuz, watch me hit that bullseye. Bang! Oh my gosh, I'm so close. I'm going to take my time on this one. Bang! I did it, cuz. Check it out. Look at my target over there. I did it. And now they've turned around and they've pointed the gun at everybody. Can you imagine that happening all the time? People getting super distracted, excited. They want to talk to somebody behind them, and they've just turned the gun around. They're pointing the gun at everybody, right? All the time I see that. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, I'm a new gun owner. I just picked up my gun from the gun store. I went straight here to the gun range. I'm gonna break in my new gun, and I don't need to take a lesson because I'm a man, right? You don't think male ego and gun world aren't synonymous with each other? Huh? Because aren't guns seen as a masculine thing? Because guns are seen as a masculine thing. If you're a man who doesn't know about guns, you can't admit you don't know. You might be seen as less of a man in front of the other men. You have to fake it till you make it, right? Oh, I read the manual. I know how to load my gun. Don't worry, folks. And I've been watching this guy on YouTube. He said he's ex-Navy SEAL. He's an FBI agent. He's Sky Marshal. And he told me to grip the gun like this. Oh my gosh, I dropped that on the ground. Hold on, let me pick that up. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You see that? Abby's like, I'm getting the hell out of here right now. I've had enough of this lesson. Abby, there's no refunds, you know that, right? Yeah. All the time I've seen this at the gun range. Right? Oh my gosh. You know, back when I used to teach indoors, this particular day I was so absorbed in my lesson with my client, I lost awareness of the people around me. Bad instructor. And suddenly the intercom comes on. Attention all shooters. Always keep your weapon pointed downrange. If you break this rule, you'll be removed. And I looked up. I'm like, who is breaking this rule? It was the guy right next to us the whole time. You know what he was doing? Oh, I got to get it for Instagram. No. Got to do it for the gram. I was like, what are you doing? I had to literally grab the gun out of his hand. It was loaded. I had to unload his gun, put it on his bench. And I hope you know by now, I'm a nice guy. I don't like to cuss in front of my client, but I verbally unloaded on that guy on the spot because he wasn't just endangering himself, he's endangering all of us around him, right? Now, I'm not saying people are bad people, but this stuff happens every single day, every single gun range in America. All these behaviors I've showed you, right? Oh, by the way, because you paid me, I will be nice to you. Yeah. But when I see other people not being safe at gun ranges, I'm a dick. Do you understand? I'm a total dick. And you want me to be, don't you? Because they're not just being unsafe with themselves, they're being unsafe to everyone around them. Yeah? Yeah. So look, like I'm saying, I'm not trying to judge people, but as far as people that are clueless, beginner, ignorant, don't know any better, don't want to invest in a good training from a good instructor, why are these behaviors so common? What is about people's relationship to guns, how they view guns, their human nature? What's going on with people? Any thoughts? What's going on with people? Why is it so common?
It's normalized.
It's normalized. Absolutely, Lindsay.
And they think nothing bad will ever happen to them. It's only other people.
Yes, perfect. Ego, human pride and ego. Bad things only happen to other people, not me. Absolutely. And guns are so normalized in this culture. It's almost like a toy, right? People, I mean, we've talked about this with other, my safety officer at the range station, we talked about it. People will literally bring their whole family with kids, and they're putting a loaded gun in this kid's hand, like they're at a carnival game. And we're like, did you explain to your kid the repercussions of what they're holding right now? It is so casualized and normalized, isn't it? Right? Anything else? Anything else? Any thoughts?
Zero education around it.
Zero education around it. And here's the thing, okay? People don't realize when you have zero background and education about something and you're trying something super new, all you know is you're going to revert to your automatic human behavior or what you already know or what people emulate from the movies, right? They copy what's in the movies. Folks, I hope you know this, but you know gunplay as far as how it's portrayed in movies? You know it's for your entertainment. It's dramatized. It's exaggerated for your entertainment. It's all wrong, actually. But people just, that's all they know, what they see in the movies. So they emulate that, right? All of it is super wrong, okay? So it's going to come back down to what? Your automatic human behavior, what you already do in everyday life, okay? So I'll give you an example. Hey, I picked up my coffee. If I'm going to turn and talk to Ruth right now, where's my coffee going? With me, right to Ruth. That is your automatic human behavior. Anything you have in your hand goes with you wherever you face. If it was me, your instructor, you're my neighbors, I got a loaded gun in my hand, right? And I suddenly got distracted or someone called my name, I do this. Whoa! What's going on, huh? Something back there? Everything okay? I keep my arm frozen. But folks, does this come natural to me? Absolutely not. I am human, just like you. When I turn around, everything in my brain is telling me, point the gun at your face. But I've had to build the discipline and the mindfulness not to do it. So what am I trying to tell you? You want to be safe around guns? Can't be on autopilot. Can't be distracted. Can't be thinking about a million things. Can't be thinking about your children at home right now, even though you want to, right? Our brains are so easily distracted, aren't they? Every moment, you're daydreaming, you're thinking about other things, your mind is wandering, right? Right, Anna? Right? You think about your husband. Oh, I wish my husband was here listening to this guy right now. You know? Right? It is super hard for our brains to stay focused at every moment, isn't it? Right? But you want to be safer on guns, you have to be present and you have to be mindful at all times. And that's hard. That's not natural to our brains to stay focused and mindful and present, right? It takes discipline, okay? It takes constant vigilance. It takes diligence. Sorry, there's no shortcut about this, okay? You know what the shortcut is? Having a brain fart with a loaded gun in your hand, okay? Think about it. Isn't that why people pay hundreds of dollars to attend a mindfulness seminar? Super hard for us to stay focused. But if you want to be safe around guns, you have to. You have to. And that just takes discipline. You have to work at it. I'm sorry. Okay? Yeah. All right, here's another human behavior. You know how they say we multitask? You know that we do it very poorly, don't you? Yes? We can only keep focused on one single focus at a time. It can shift real fast, back and forth, giving us the illusion we can juggle stuff. But no, your attention is divided. That's why they say don't text and drive. You cannot do both at the same time. Your attention is divided. Okay, we don't multitask very well. So, how about this? Hey, what's your automatic human behavior when something falls? To bend down and pick it up. I told you we don't multitask. Your focus is immediately drawn to the thing on the ground. That's where your focus is. You go pick it up. You have no idea what's going on in this hand no more. Is that good or bad? Super bad. Super bad. So folks, Here's the other human nature thing I need you to override. Folks, from this point forward, anytime you have a gun in your hand, if something falls from the gun, ignore it. Ignore it. Totally. Don't even look at it. I don't care what falls from the gun today. Later, when we go up to the range later and the wind's blowing, I don't care what blows something off the table. I don't care you drop your smartphone, your precious little smartphone. Ignore it. Okay? That thing that fell is not the thing that's going to harm you. What's going to harm you is that gun in your hand, potentially. Mind the gun always. Keep it pointed down range. Unload your gun. Put your unloaded gun down. And then you can address the thing that fell. Right? You see how you have to learn that? Whatever falls today, when you have a gun in your hand, it can wait, can it? It can wait. Got it? Mind the gun first. Unload your gun. Keep it pointed down range. Put it down. And then you can pick it up. Okay? Got it? You have to learn that. Because if you don't learn that, you'll be the person bending down automatically for this thing and you have a gun in your hand. That's super bad. Okay? Cool? All right. So it's not about common sense at all. Our brain is wired. We're lazy by nature. Your brain wants a shortcut, take shortcuts, and automate processes all the time. And it's working against us with a gun in your hand. Do you understand that? Your automatic human behavior is already setting yourself up to break the safety rules at any moment of distraction. Okay? Yeah. So, if you go to a gun range, all the rules are posted for you to read. You have to agree to abide by them before they'll actually rent you a gun. You know how the second rule is usually phrased at gun ranges? How about this? Always keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. Can any of you give me a universally understood definition of a safe direction with a gun? Or is it rather vague? What the hell is a safe direction? Huh? Is it up next to my head? Is it down at the ground? Like, what is a safe direction? Let's talk about this, right? Think about this. Anna, you have guns in the home. Mary, you too. We hope it never happens, right? But if you ever had to depend on your gun and you have to use it in your home for self-defense, can you tell me, is there a guaranteed safe direction in your home? Guaranteed safe direction? No, never, never. You're a lawyer, you know this. You can't guarantee legally. Never. Now people want to carry guns on them, concealed, right? Because now we can in LA County. I ask those folks, in the public space, if you ever had to pull your gun out, is there a guaranteed safe direction in the public space? Never. So think about that. In the real world, there's never a such thing as a safe direction, ever. So then how come they phrase it like that at the gun range? Always keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. Because they know you're stupid. They know that, I told you, they know that most people are untrained, clueless, ignorant. So they got to dumb it down as much as possible for people. Hey, folks, indoor range. Do not point it at your neighbors laterally. Do not point it up at our ceiling. Don't point it down at the floor. The only safe direction for you, folks, is downrange towards your turn. For us today, outdoors. Outdoors, very similar. Hey, folks, do not point at your neighbors. Don't point it up at the air. We have canopies for the sun. Don't put holes in my canopy. We need the shade, okay? Don't point down at the ground or my tables. Just straight ahead, downrange, okay? When you are at a gun range, they have defined for you a safe direction. Outside of a gun range, all bets are off. A safe direction doesn't exist ever, okay? So you know what I think about that rule? Always keep the gun pointed in safe direction. It's useless. It doesn't tell new people nothing, okay? I like the way Anna said it, because that's how I teach it. How did you say it again?
Never point the gun at anything you don't want to destroy.
Absolutely. There we go. Hey, second rule, never point the gun at anything you don't intend to destroy. Okay? Because think about it, Abby. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Mechanically, right? Mechanically. Let's talk about this. First of all, what do you think about people that shoot guns in there, Abby? What do you think about people that shoot guns in there? Didn't you go through 4th of July? Celebratory gunfire? I hate that phrase, celebratory gunfire. Make it seem like it's all fun and harmless. It is not fun and harmless. What do you think about people that shoot guns in the air? Exactly, but these people don't think they go somewhere, right? So folks, think about this. Let's do a science experiment, right? If we were pointing a gun perpendicular, it's like a Mythbusters episode, right? Is it true that you would never hit top speed in your car because you know it's lethal speeds? You know your vehicles are capable of lethal speeds. You would never dare go that fast. Well, just like you know those lethal speeds you don't touch in your car, even though they're capable of it. I think that Mary and Anna, if you own a gun, and those of you potentially own a gun, I think you should know what speed the bullets are coming out of your gun. I think you should know what those are. So we did a science experiment. We have a pistol perpendicular to the sky, and we fired one for science sake, and we measured the speed. How many feet per second does a bullet come out of a barrel of a pistol? Any guesses? How many feet per second are we talking about? 1,500? Anyone else? 70. Nick's gonna say 70, right? 300. Mary, you own a gun. How many feet per second you think out of your 22? Mm-hmm. No ideas, right? Okay. Rob was very close. Okay, 1,500 would be pretty just beyond the high end. It's more like 1,200. Anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 feet per second. But folks, 1,200 feet per second, you know what that is in your mind? For you to picture it? 3 football fields, even 4 football fields in 1 second. And that's from a pistol. You have a high caliber rifle? Easily double that. Okay, yeah. That's a lot of velocity, right? And because we're pointing it perpendicular and there's no heavy winds, that bullet goes straight up in the air, and because it's air resistance and gravity, it'll eventually come to a stop and it'll free fall back down to earth. Thankfully, not with the same speed as when it left. But physics tells us a free-falling object reach speeds of almost 200 miles per hour, doesn't it? I don't want something hitting the top of my head 200 miles per hour. That's not harmless. And do people point it perpendicular? How do people point guns in the air? At an angle. That means the bullet is now arcing across the sky, covering more distance. Okay, mile, easy. And because of less air resistance and gravity, it's retaining more of that deadly 1,200 feet per second. People that have shotguns in there have absolutely endangered people with potentially lethal force. It is ridiculous. It is reckless. It is unacceptable. It is not excusable. It's negligent. It's stupid. It's all those things. It's all those things. Okay? This actually happened 2 4th of Julys ago, South Los Angeles. There was a family of children. They're just minding their own business, watching fireworks in their driveway. A bullet dropped out of the sky, came out of nowhere, hit a 6-year-old boy on the top of his head. The boy wasn't breathing when the paramedics arrived. Luckily, they got the boy breathing and took him straight to the trauma center. And we never hear the end of the story, but I'm pretty sure the poor child's life has changed forever, right? And the family's changed forever. And it's always like this with cases of stray bullets. It's like, oh my God, it came out of nowhere. We don't know where it came from. And the person that did it, they're so far away, they don't realize the harm they did. That's why you almost never catch them. Okay, it's stupid. We agree, right? So what am I trying to tell you? I guess Instructor Tom's telling me never point it up, always point it down. Is that what I'm telling you? No. It's not black and white like that. Okay? Folks, I live on a 2nd floor apartment. You want me pointing my gun down at the nice lady below me? No. I have people on all sides of me in close proximity, right? I'm in an apartment building. Guess what? I'm on the top floor. So in my apartment, up is the only direction I have to be. But is it guaranteed safe? So if I'm going to point my gun up in the air, because it's not guaranteed safe, what condition should my gun be? What condition should my gun be if I'm going to point my gun up in the air in my apartment? Very good, Nikki and Lindsay. You're starting to get it now? We do not get to cherry pick the rules. We follow all the rules at all times. Because in case you fudge a rule like I do in my apartment, because I'm pointing my gun up in the air, or you actually make a mistake with one of the rules, because you are following the other 3 rules as well at the same, they're there to be redundant. They're to back each other up. You're going to help reduce the risk. Does that make sense? Yeah? So yes, it's not always keep the gun pointed in the safe direction. It's never point the gun at anything you don't intend to destroy. And if you're not ready to fire that gun, what's the best you can do? Well, you better find the direction of least consequence you're willing to live with. Isn't that the best you can do? Yeah? Because mechanically, what is a firearm designed to do on its most basic mechanical level?
Designed to do.
Yeah.
Hit a target.
Yeah, with what?
A bullet.
Traveling how fast?
Um,
1,200 feet.
1,200.
Yeah. Guns are actually very stupid devices. They have no evil intention. You leave them on the table, they just kind of sit there until you pick it up and you decide, right? I love that these are laser guns because when you're holding a loaded gun, you should imagine there's a laser beam coming out of it. And wherever the laser beam crosses, you potentially destroyed it, haven't you? Right? Oh, look, folks, I just destroyed my foot. Awesome. No, that's not awesome. Do you know how many families I've seen just give each other loaded guns, especially children, and they're just like, oh, I can't wait to go shoot. Oh, this is so exciting. And I'm like, oh my God, they're pointing guns at themselves. Wow, okay. All right. That's all these guns know how to do. They're glorified slingshots. They sling a projectile 12 per second, these little things in your hand. And then they put a rather damaging hole in the other end. They destroy it. Hey, you want to put a hole in that thing at 12 feet per second, destroy it? Don't point it there then. Right? That second rule, never point the gun at anything you don't intend to destroy, is not telling you which direction. It's just telling you, you figure it out. You figure it out. And just know the consequences of you pointing it. It just knows how to destroy and put a hole in that thing. Okay? There you go. Any questions about the second rule? It was a lot in that second rule, huh? See how so much can go wrong in that second rule? If you're not being intentional? The key word today is intentionality. If you do not have intentionality with guns, then you're not being safe, period. Okay? You have to do it with intention. Okay.